Okay. What's up, YouTube? HPJ here. And, it's a lot that goes into this video. There's gonna be a lot said in this video, so do expect it to be long. If you guys haven't known, this is gonna be the deck profile, the deck that I was going to use in regionals, in San Jose. But unfortunately, due to some of the stupidest things I've ever heard, um, I was unable to play. So it's very, very upsetting, um, the whole situation. I'll go more into it at the end. I really want to focus on the deck profile because I know that's what a lot of you guys have came for. So, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing here. So, this is the final variation of Harpies, the one that I chose to do for the event. And, I worked in a lot of things for this variation, and I bought so many cards at the end of, literally the day of, to make sure that I had everything. And a couple of other cards I found that I was like, okay, I needed this, and stuff that my friends at least attempted to help, because most people don't. A lot of my friends don't know how to play Harpie Lady, because ironically enough, I'm the only one that played it. So it was a lot. So I'll get into a lot of the reasons and stuff in just a second. So we'll begin the deck profile, of course, how we always do it, but this time we'll include the side deck, because a lot of people want to see what I was siding in as well. So my name deck just consists of 3 Harpie Perfumer, 3 Harpie Channeler, 3 Harpist. For my selective Harpie Lady, I chose to run 2 Harpie Lady 1 and a Cyber Harpie Lady. I ran 2 Oracle, 1 Dancer, 1 Queen, and 2 Harpie Lady Sisters. So that was the variation that I chose, was to focus on Harpie Lady Sisters. Alright, so with the monsters in the main deck out of the way, let me move them over. And now let's go on to the spells. I ran 3 copies of Hysteric Sign. Oops, sorry about the camera. 2 copies of Harpie's Honeyground. 1 copy of Alien Ingutist. 1 copy of Triangle Ecstasy Spark. 1 copy of Harpie's Featherrest. And 1 copy of Alluring Mirror Split. For the rest of the spells, I ran 1 Twin Twister, 1 Raigeki, 1 Dark Hole, and 1 Monster Reborn. There we go. That's all my spells. The angle and stuff looks a little crooked. I have a new camera mount, so I'm working with it. Next is the trap cards, and I'm running 3 Harpie Featherstorm, 3 Hysteric Party, and 3 Red Reboot. Alright, so that's the main deck. Let's move on to the extra. For the extra deck choices, I pretty much was going to run this. I was going to run Utopia, the Lightning, it just wasn't no room. So, I ran 3 Greyfly, 1 Decode Talker, and 1 Firefighting Durumidol. For the Exceed monsters, 1 Harpie's Pet Phantasmal Dragon, double Lightning Chidori, 1 Tornado Dragon, 1 Castone, 1 Ice Beast Zero Fine, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Evil Swarm Exciton Knight, 1 Cowboy, and 1 Babushka. Then, for my side deck, which I know a lot of people are going to be really excited to see this. So this was just something that a lot of the configurations I had to put on my own. There were some ideas from friends just because they knew some of the bigger things that were going to happen if I had ended up playing against them. So I ran, thanks to the structure deck, 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 2 copies of Ghost Ogre, 2 copies of Call by the Grave, 1 copy of Twin Twister, 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance, 2 Dimensional Barrier, and of course, for the Solemn setup, 2 Solemn Strike and 1 Solemn Warning. No Judgment. So that's pretty much it. The main, the extra, and the side. So, just want to give quick shout outs to a lot of people who helped with this. A lot of my friends on Facebook, a lot of the people in the the Harpie Deck and Strategies group. You guys were amazing. You guys actually helped primarily build a large portion of the side deck. Like, it was so many things that I wanted to do in the side deck. Like, I wanted to play Lancia. I wanted to play Scythe. But I knew I had to deal with a lot of fusion stuff, a lot of synchros. So that was part of the portion of the side deck. And then my friend Mike, excuse me, helped me out with some of the main deck choices and a lot of the extra deck setup. So, like, I'll tell you guys exactly what my primary thing was to have enough of the main setup. So that way, like, I had an out or in to a lot of things. The Cyber Harpie, the one Cyber Harpie lady with the two Harpie lady ones was primarily due to, I'm not running Queen, multiples of Queen. So that's part of the reason why the one Cyber Harpie to the Harpie Queen. Of course, the two Harpie Lady ones, the Cyber Harpie and the two Harpie Lady sisters, are pretty much your elegant egotist targets. I have the range, have the build, and that's how it performs and sets up. When it comes to the double sisters, I think a lot of people want to actually understand that situation. It's pretty much because sisters is so much easier to get with elegant egotist. In a way, you can search, retrieve with ego. You're pretty much set up there, and everyone knows that Alluring Mirror Split and its secondary effect is amazing to special summon Harpie Lady Sisters from the graveyard once they're properly summoned. I didn't run the Elegant Harpie Lady, and primarily because it's such a slow spell. I mean, it's such a slow trap card, and my only main uses of actually using that card, besides, popping it with my Harpie Hunting Grounds effect to search for a Harpie monster, I wasn't going to run Harpie's Pet Baby Dragon or Harpie's Pet Dragon to get more benefits out of them. And I just decided to want to run Harpie Lady Sisters because at least I can flow more with the rank 4 setup than the rank 7. And I didn't really have a lot of the good rank 7 monsters. Like, I didn't have the Giant Moth. I think that's like it's one of the big number monsters that it's really, really good when it's like rank 7s and stuff. I just didn't have that. I didn't want to go through a whole bunch of here's and there's. So I just decided to run the sisters variation because that's how, the setup became. Like, all these monsters now revolved around cards that have sisters in its text. So that's why I ended up just choosing to run the double sisters. And just the setup for double sisters. Moving on to that. Perfumer, Channeler, and Harpist are pretty much your key cards. You can search for your Harpie Lady Sister cards with Perfumer. Channeler summons all the monsters from the deck to the field. And Harpist can search for Channeler, Perfumer, and Oracle, and Dancer. And Harpie Lady 1. So she has all the targets she needs to search for it. The others have all their search ability and special summon capabilities off the bat. Then Harpie Oracle is a great set. I did play people on the side, which was great. A lot of Salamander great. Did I do well? Yeah. So I guess also because of the fact a lot of people were just freshly building it, so that's also why. But it, like Oracle, when Sisters wasn't on the board, she still made a great assistance to the deck. Because you can just search for all your pieces that were sent to the graveyard. All the cards you use, you can reuse them again. So, Double Oracle made her appearance and was really, really beneficial. I don't know. I'm maybe wanting to bump Oracle to 3 just because of how useful she was. But I don't know if I can risk losing Dancer or Harpist in that sense. Or I'm dropping one Harpie Lady 1. Maybe dropping one Harpie Lady 1. Just because of the fact, I don't mean to hate on them. Like, they've been really good monsters up until now, but Queen and Dancer just haven't been as strong as monster support now as Perfume and Oracle. And it's not saying that they're bad cards. No, it's just that, Times has just pushed Dancer out the way because no one's setting up massive back row unless it's Ultra Guys. And the thing about Ultra Guys is that, well, they run Secret Village. So unless Hunting Grounds are going to fill before Secret Village is, and they haven't blown up Secret Harpie's Hunting Ground, you really just have to play around Secret Village. And a lot of the other stuff that negates your monster's effects. The only thing they can't negate is, of course, them being Harpie Lady on the field in the graveyard, because that'll be a continuous effect. But it can get shut down by cards like Effect Veiler and Skill Drain, because it's still an effect. It's not like Cyber Harpie, where she's always Harpie Lady, or Harpie Lady 1, 2, and 3, because they're always Harpie Lady. The 6 you see here, it's an effect to be Harpie Lady on the field or in the graveyard. And then Queen's main purpose really is you discard her, you search for Hunting Ground. She sets up for Hysteric Party, she sets up for Alluring Mirror Split, and that's pretty much, outside of being a 19 beater, that's pretty much what she is. That's why I added Cyber Harpie to at least have the beat sticks. So, that's just the monsters. Let's move on to the spells. Triple Hysteric Sign is just amazing. No matter what anyone says, this is the one card you need in multiples, so you can do multiple things. Search your Egotist, retrieve your Egotist from the graveyard, and search for your Harpie cards. Popping it with Hunting Ground, discarding it with Hysteric Party, discarding it with Twin Twister, and just the overall sense. I love double Hunting Ground. I would not change it for the world. I think 2 is now more prevalent than 3 because of the lack of back row with a lot of the decks. Just in the general sense. So, that is them. And you can retrieve it with Oracle as well. I forgot to mention that. The one ego was never a bad thing. And with 1, 2, 3 legitimate cards that now can search for it, you had no problems with just running one copy of this. If you want to run 2, that's fine, maybe because it'll speed it up a little faster. But it wouldn't make the second one dead because you're running sisters. So, this card is amazing. I did use the common version just because I do have the supers and stuff, and I hollow the deck that way just because to be fancy. Triangle Ecstasy Spark. I know a lot of people are going to start asking, why am I running this? And that's because literally I can run my favorite monster in the game now. Like, I can run Harpie Lady Sisters and have a card to search for Ecstasy Spark. Like, it shocked a lot of people that I was running Ecstasy Spark with Harpie Sisters. And the main reason is because even though, like, I don't know the specific ruling when it comes to sisters gaining, like, the whole, let's be honest, I don't know what the whole situation is between this being on the field, and then you play this, and then she just becomes 27. I guess it's because it's an automatic force. I mean, you just have to wait to play the 2 of these, but it's whatever. Because this 2 of these on the field, 27, double Grace Fly, a Harpie Lady 1, like, you're swarming in for a game. Like, that's the whole reason why I played the Ecstasy Spark. It's primarily because I want big beaters on the board out of my favorite monster. And thankfully, there is a spell that does it. And not to mention the other benefits to Ecstasy Spark. My opponent can't play any trap cards. So, or activate any trap cards as well. So, it's a way to get over a lot of things. And if you hold Harpie's Featherstorm in combination, you are set. Because there's no way they can get over you. There's no way they can legitimately deal with a lot of the things that you'll be ready to play. Like, they can't, you won't have to deal with Ghost Orb, you don't have to deal with Ash Blossom, you don't have to deal with Effect Veiler. Once you drop that Featherstorm, you can just go crazy and not have to worry about a lot of things. Alluring Mirror Split, I believe, is next, and Feather Rest. So, you didn't want to clog up, I don't want to clog up the deck so much. And that's why I just ran one of each. Oracle can research, Oracle can add these. You have all your targets set up for both of these cards. And it's just, this is a great first turn, this is a great recovery during the mid to late game. And once your party is active, like this becomes even more active than you would think it'd be. Like even though this contradicts party and the whole, it's a pot of avarice, it was nothing really to worry about because once I got my cards, I was set. I had my Harpie sisters, I drew, or I had a dragon on the field. Bam. Thanks Harpie Chandler was drawing it too. So it's just like amazing cards that we got from that Douglas pack. Is really amazing. Um, Hold on, we're gonna go on. Okay, so let's talk about Twin Twisters. So, um, shout outs to Brian Snow and Mike Masaggio for helping me with Twin Twister because I was not gonna run this, and like the whole reason why we chose to like put Team Twin Twister was I needed a counter to Ultrageist, and then playing anti-spell fragrance. I mean, not anti-spell fragrance. Secret goes to spellcaster. Dealing with multiple back row at once instead of having to wait for each time a Harpie Lady was summoned. I was supposed to run two, but we still felt that Raigeki Dark Hole was still needed because my deck does not have a push, which is unfortunate. Like Harpies don't have a push card, and the one push card we do have, it sucks. I think we all know what it is. So, Twister had more options. You could discard Hysteric Party. You can discard Hysteric Sign. Harpie Harpist. You can retrieve a lot of those things as well with Oracle, and you can even set up for Party. So the Twin Twister was a deciding factor that could help get rid of a lot of things, and it sure enough did through some more. Like I late night tested, and it was just amazing how much stuff it could easily clear. But I never really thought of this, so I finally threw in a Twin Twister. Raigeki Dark Hole Reborn. You never thought you'd see the three of these cards in the same format, right? Yeah, there's three power spells all in the same format. I did honestly the most powerful OG spells. I mean, we throw in Book of Moon in a minute and call it a setup. But yeah, this was just we were going to take it out situation, and then we said no. I needed it because I don't. Yeah, it was like not really much you can do. Even with the Exciton Knight, it's not enough. Like you have to have Raigeki Dark Hole, in sort of more so of the casual decks that want to play in tournaments, just because of how much stuff you have to deal with. Like if you can't clear out a board, it's really no use. Then Raigeki and Dark Hole have to be used, and everyone uses Monster Reborn. Who doesn't want a monster from the graveyard, right? All right, let's go on to the traps. The triple MVP here, Featherstorm, dealing with those nasty hand traps, dealing with just a barrage of things, dealing with the graveyard effects, dealing with the monster effects on the summon, dealing with monsters trying to summon themselves through their effects. Like Featherstorm is your key. You set this with a Castel, it's the perfect trap, and it's just so beneficial. And I got this twice playing against a lot of the Salamangreat, because it stops Spiny, it stops Gazelle, it stops a lot of the secondary effects from the Link monsters when they link summon each other. Like, it's a really good stall out. So that is the Featherstorm. Then Hysteric Party, the second MVP card here. This is literally the reason why Harpies and Link monsters are possible. Like even if you run two of this, like this is an amazing card to get all your Harpies back from the graveyard, to link summon into a lot of your big stuff. Like even though I'm not running this like quote rogue set of things, like I'm not running Barrel Sword Dragon, I'm not running Barrel Loaders, all that. Triple Great Fly on the fly. Decode Talker, Great Flies. I mean, a juiced up Harpie Lady Sister is like the possibilities and combinations of this card is tremendous. It's another discard setup as well for Harpies and Hysteric Sign. So you have a lot of things for this, and then remember, you bring your monsters back. Dreamer triggers, Oracle triggers, Harpies will be engraved and she'll trigger. Like, you have so many different things for this. You have so many different recovery options. You have so much defensive and offensive plays with Hysteric Party. So that is Hysteric Party. Too bad we can't search for it. So the red reboot set. This was my idea. I don't have Infinity. I need a way to deal with Infinity. I need to deal with Ultrageist. Popping these on an Ultrageist, forcing them to set their their trap cards, and then popping their trap cards because they can't use them till the end of the turn. Is legitimately why I've said I'm going to go for the straight flush and run a full set of red reboot. I don't own Wiretap, but I don't know why I wanted to run Wiretap. I thought maybe it'd be a good option, but no, reboot is all the way. Because you can drop this from your hand and pay half your life points. I think at this point in the game, life points don't really matter unless you're at a critical point. But that's why I took out Judgment. So, that is the red reboots. We can move on to the extra deck. And this was just real easy. Let's just put it that way. Because I don't own Barrel Swords and stuff. And a lot of people were questioning, well, how do you get out Grateful Eye so easy? Hysteric Party. Setting up with Elegant Egotist, Harpie Chandler. I mean, this is a great first turn monster, too, because if it dies, you can retrieve what you sent to the graveyard. It's actually your Channeler. The Daruma doll was a question mark at most point, but I don't know what Rogue could possibly run. And if I can pop shells and trap cards, I want to do that as soon as possible. Decode Talker could have been another monster. I rarely summon Decode Talker, to be very honest. And we did lose Tomahawk, so I don't really think this is prevalent anymore. I want to wait till the reprint of Barrel Sword, and then I'll swap this out for a Barrel Sword Dragon. And I'm sure I can easily pick up one. Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, this was my Link setup. Nothing too fancy. Hopefully we get Conductor between the next 2 months, because someone said there might be another one coming. I'm not sure. Basic monsters. I think everyone who knows me knows that my toolbox engine consists of Phantasmal, Chidori, Tornado, Castel, and Ice Beast. This is the Harpie Lady Wind Winged Beast setup. We have our wind monsters, we have our winged beasts, and we just have rank 4 galore. So, thanks to the strongest MVPs in the extra deck for the Harpie game. So, this is, honestly, all my favorite extra deck monsters right here. Tornado, Dragon, Castel, Ice Beast, Chidori, Phantasmal. Rare occasion that you'll summon Phantasmal, but when you do summon Phantasmal does things. Chidori is just amazing. Dealing with the set cards, dealing with the face-up threats. Tornado Dragon is actually a great way to get over Ultra Dice, because you can pop the anti-spell fragrance. Secret Village. I keep calling it anti-spell. You pop the fill spell. You can pop back row. You can deal with incoming chains. You can deal with a lot of stuff with Tornado. So that's why I didn't take out Tornado. Castel, similar situation to Chidori. Remove what you can as soon as possible. And with Featherstorm on a set, even more better. The Zero Fine, the Ice Queen. I think I wanted to take wanted to take someone out to put in a double of her, and that's because she just freezes fields, and she comes just a hefty beater off of it. So that is the setup right here for that portion of the extra deck. Now let's talk about the next portion of the extra deck. So, Abyss Dweller, Cowboy, Babushka, and Exciton Knight. So, I'll start off with Exciton Knight. Literally, saw it at a vendor, bought it for $3. Said and done. That's it. And I think this is the reprint. Yeah, this is the reprint. So, I now own this Exciton Knight, so people will see it in the extra deck now. Cowboy, the 800 burn. Babushka, the 1-turn setup, or 2-turn, depending on how well you get to your extra deck cards. And Mike is the reason why there's an Abyss Dweller in this deck, because you want to deal with a lot of things. The Salamangreat graveyard. You want to deal with some of the Ultra Dice stuff. You just want to deal with graveyard effects that you normally can't deal with. and that's what a dweller is. I don't have anything water, so I didn't get like a bonus effect for it, which sucks. It would have been nice, honestly, to have dweller with a water monster under it, and then because I don't know any really good splashable level 4 water monsters, unfortunately, which sucks because I'm sure a lot of them would have been great in combination with harpies and great with dweller and his whole setup. But he did say dweller would help with a lot of the graveyard stuff, so that's why dweller's here. So let's move on to the side deck. So you guys going to be a lengthy video. We're like 25 minutes in. Thank you, structure deck. That's it. Thank you, structure deck. That's why we have this. Because of the structure deck. That's the only reason why she's here is because of structure deck. If this was not structure deck, those would be effect mailers. And then Ghost Ogres would follow right behind it. That's literally it. Those are my hand traps. Effect mailer, Ghost Ogre, Ash Blossom. Possible Winter Cherries, but I don't know how far Winter Cherries would have gotten because I don't run a lot of the extra deck stuff to set up for Winter Cherries or to get assistance from Winter Cherries or have the access to get a lot of the extra deck stuff because I'd love to Winter Cherries a Burrow Sword Dragon. I'm like, oh, well, I don't have mine, you don't have yours either. So, Call by the Grave, the extra Twin Twister, because actually we'll move these out the way. Legitimately just Grave was to deal with the monster effects, and the Twin Twister was to help with the additional distraction backup. That you probably wouldn't have got most of the time, but when you do get it, trust me, it will help. It's just I couldn't fit two in the main deck, so that's why there was one-sided, one main. Alright. Let's move on, well, to the large majority of traps. When it comes to dealing with, this is pretty much to help me deal with rogue, massive spell decks, and to deal with Sky Striker, because Sky Striker hate anti-spell. Because the only thing they can really do is chain. If they chain Twin Twister, that's fine. Flip the other one. If they got, like, they have to find a way to blow this up. That's literally the only way they can do it. Otherwise, all their spells are going to just sit there, and Honeyground will help me pop them. So, I don't really know too many other heavy spell decks. Maybe Thunder Dragon, but I think most of them are off their own effects, unless they do use like their own setup to really deal with a lot of things. So, yeah, that is the anti-spell. And then D-Barrier is to deal with pretty much the fusion, the synchro, and the XC matchups. And I can't touch my extra deck, neither can you. And any of your monsters who have their effects there on the board, they just lost them. That's pretty much a D-Barrier in a nutshell. And, of course, the double strike warning. I didn't put in Judgment because I don't like Judgment right now. I don't like Judgment. I'd rather kill off portion of my life points than kill off half my life points. Red Reboot is the exception because it forces your opponent to not play spells. I mean, their trap cards. And you have a lot of outs with Harpies to deal with the ones that they set. So, popping them immensely. If anything I could change in this, honestly, I try to fit in another Call by the Grave, a third Twin Twister, maybe a third D-Barrier, Lancias, like the extra deck, the side deck, honestly, I wanted so many different options, like Lancias and Artifact Sight, and just to do a lot of things, and a lot of chainable stuff too. So, that's pretty much the end of the video, you guys. My experience was not the most pleasant. I do understand that. And I worked really hard for this, so maybe next time around, if regionals does come to San Jose, I'll intervene, but I'll have all my stuff then. So I want to just thank everyone for watching, thank everyone for all the help that they gave. Thanks to all my friends for just helping me get this together. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. HUJ out.